But he'd be a very good kicker of the ball. He'd have a good eye on him, so maybe that's the plan there.
So Longford just on the attack here, but the ball is broken down. It's in possession of Jack Kendi now, and Kendi hand passes it forward to his clubman Kevin Fahey, and Kevin goes back to Jack, and Jack goes across the edge of the 45 to Coleman Kendi, his brother, and Coleman brings this ball up to the 65, and Sola runs it and hand passes it to his left. Still Longford 1 point, Tipperary no score. We've just got a couple of minutes gone here in Pearse Park. We've just got 2 minutes gone so far. And here we see our first look at Paddy Feehan. Feehan wearing the number 8 jersey, the Kilnall man, plays the ball across the field now, and here's Mark Stokes. Stokes with a lovely little shimmy inside to open up the space for me. Brings it to the 45, hand pass it forward. It could be a chance for Jack Kendi to kick this ball. It doesn't land perfectly for him, but it's a dangerous ball in around the edge of the square. Goalkeeper drops it. Tipperary in possession of this ball through. Oh, it's just been saved by the goalkeeper. It was a shot by Paul Maher, and Paul Maher still has it. He might have another crack at it, but it's get blocked down again, and it looks like it's going to go out for a 45. But the ball just dropped in around the edge of the square. The goalkeeper came out, went to catch it, dropped it. Paul Maher picked it up, had a shot on goals. It was blocked, and then he had another crack at it, blocked again, out for a 45. But that could have been a goal chance out of nothing, something this Tipperary team could really do with.
Yeah, very good save by the goalkeeper. He was in close range, and after dropping the ball, I suppose his confidence wouldn't be too high, but he got down well on the boot of Paul. He was unlucky not to score now, to be fair.
Because it would have been one of those kind of scores that this Tip team kind of needs. It was Jack Kendi who was kind of shooting from inside the 45, but it was a shot that you'd expect Jack Kendi to at least have the distance, but it just dropped short and caused a lot of issues for the goalkeeper. But here we see Jack Kendi now taking this 45. He's just about 10 yards to the right of the post as he looks into the scoreboard end here, wind in his back. Kendi now ball on the ground, takes a bit of a stutter step, and now he strikes it with his right boot. It looks accurate from here, but has it the distance? Yes, it has. It's a great strike from Jack Kendi, and it's the first score of the game for Tipperary, and that makes it 1 point apiece. 2.5 minutes gone here in Pearse Park.
Very good score there from Jack now. Longford lads are running around for the kick out. A bit of mayhem out there actually.
Yeah. So lots of movement for this kick out. Goalkeeper Patrick Collum has one good save already here today, and he plays this ball short. So Longford going to try and play this ball out through Ryan Moffat now coming across the edge of his own D. Longford just working this ball up to their midfielder now, Darren Gallagher, but he's on his own 45, just slowly progressing the play up now. And he plays it backwards now, and Longford just kind of holding possession. We kind of expected a cagey affair, Philly, I suppose, just to start things off with, because both teams with 3 losses from their 3 games so far,
exactly,
so
yeah,
probably not a lot of confidence.
Both teams will be earmarking this game for a win, I imagine, so that's why it's probably going to be a cautious enough start.
So Tipperary just happily to sit back inside their own 45 here as Longford just bring the ball up to that 45, and here's Robbie Smith in possession of this ball. He scored a point earlier on, just 30 seconds into this game, and he's in possession of this ball. Hand pass it across the field to Irlo O'Sullivan, the wing back for Longford now. And Longford's still on the attack, but just progressing on that far side of the field, right near the sideline. Nothing really opening up, but they're being patient, and the Tipperary defenders are there. And Shane O'Connell gets a fist in, and it's judged to have fouled the Longford man, so it's going to be a free in. It was Liam Connerton trying to get into possession of that ball, and Shane O'Connell just come in with the fist, and it was a soft enough one, Philly, to be fair.
It would be a very soft free, I would think. Yeah, that's fair to say. Like, he didn't even seem to have the hand on the back, just went for the ball. And his body took him into him. So
it's going to be a chance for Robbie Smith, I believe that is, for Longford to put a point between the teams once again. It's 1 point apiece here. We just have about 4 minutes gone in Pearse Park. He's going to be taking this with his left boot out of the hands, just right on the corner of the D, shall we say, on the 21-yard line, and this should be a gimme for inter-county footballer. He takes a few bounces of the ball, and kind of right shoulder facing the post here now as he looks over that right shoulder, has one final look, kicks it out of his hands, and that one splits the post, and it's 2 points to 1 score in favour of Longford. And Tipperary now looking to bounce back from that, and this game just kind of slowly developing, nothing too major so far, Philly.
Yeah, there's no major pace to it at the moment. Nice and slow. Kick out coming for Tipp, and we look to have 5 set up around the middle.
And it's a run now into the space made by the full forward Donalahi there, but the ball from Michael O'Reilly has just kind of sailed over his head, and it's going to go out now for a line ball to Longford. But I suppose that's maybe our first look at the kind of wind there in the back of the Tipperary lads. That kick out just kind of went over Donalahi, but they've made that kind of space twice now from kick outs where they got Mark Stokes onto the first one and Donalahi onto that one, but just didn't work out there. But the kickouts was a big issue with Tipp against Antrim.
It was, yeah. They look to have a bit of work done on it this week, so hopefully It'll hit the target, the next one, over carrying there by the Longford player.
Yeah, so Tipperary looking to take this free quick, but it's just going to be brought back there. Teddy Doyle had found himself in a bit of space, so it was Ryan Moffat running through there, the wing back for Longford, but he was caught for over carrying, so it's going to be a free out now for Tipperary, and Jack Kendi happily goes back to his goalkeeper Michael O'Reilly, and Michael O'Reilly gives it straight back to Kendi. Kendi progresses it up now to the 45 and gives it off to his brother Coleman. Coleman now sprays this ball over to the far side of the field, and here's Shane O'Connell surging up to his own 65, and both sets of players starting to transition back to the right hand side of the field as Tipperary in their all navy kit now makes the surge up through the field and start their attack, looking for their second score of the game. We've 7 minutes gone here now, or just 6 minutes gone here in Pearse Park, and it's Tipperary 1 point, Longford 2 points, must win game for both teams. Willie Evanston, one of the 4 changes for the Tipperary team that lost to Antrim, is progressing this ball forward, but no real, it's very slow build up play again, Philly.
It is, Paul, but I suppose what we can see at home is that there's 15 Longford players behind the 65 nearly, so it's very difficult to penetrate.
So Tipperary almost lose possession inside the 45 of Longford, but they retain it through Donalahy, and he plays it to Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle fakes one way, goes the other, goes on a solo run now. He's up to the 45, plays a nice hand pass forward towards Paddy Feehan now. Feehan up to a kind of shooting distance, gives a ball off to Mark Stokes. Stokes might shoot on his left foot, but instead he passes it backwards now, and Tipperary still in possession of this ball. And here's Sean O'Connor. Sean O'Connor surely pulled back. He has been pulled back, and it is going to be a free in for Tipperary on the 21. As slow as that build-up was, Philly, it looks like they're going to get a score out of it.
Yeah, I suppose you have to be patient. You know, there are a lot of bodies behind the ball, so it's not easy finding gaps in it. Probably did well to be patient and keep the ball.
So Jack Kendi looking for his second score of the game. He scored a great 45 earlier on. This time he's going to be shooting from out of his hands this time. He's on the left hand side of the D and right on the 21-yard line, so he's looking to make it a draw game once more. Jack Kendi now, the Commercials clubman, strikes his ball, splits the post, one umpire nods to the other. Second score of the game for Tipperary, second score of the game for Jack Kendi. It's 2 apiece, and Cage still cagey enough affair.
It is, yeah. Again, the Longford lads are running everywhere for us, just pulling fellas out of position, dragging them out, goalie waiting his time to kick it out.
And the referee has spotted a free in around the middle of the field. Longford are going to take it quickly though, and from that kick out, someone was pulling someone back. Referee and charges John Ryan of Cork. He spotted it, and now it's a ball into the full forward line. A dangerous looking ball, and well dealt with there by Michael O'Reilly as he catches that ball and gets fouled, but he's going to take the free quickly enough and plays it to Jack Kendi, but he's been told to go back by referee John Ryan, which is a frustrating one for Michael O'Reilly. He's got his 2 hands out, kind of looking as Tipp looked to kind of launch a quick breakaway, and he's been called back, but nonetheless here comes Tipperary through that man Coleman Kendi. Kendi now to Jack, and Jack sprays it out to the right hand side where the cornerback Shane O'Connell is progressing up past the 65 in front of the dugouts here in front of us, just in Pearse Park. Myself and Philly Ryan on commentary here as Willie Evanston hand passes the ball about 25-30 yards across the field to Jack Kendi, but still I know we're retaining possession here, Philly, but it's fierce slow build up.
It is, but there's no great pressure from the Longford lads coming on the backs either. Like that pass, as you said, was 20-25 yards, a slow hand pass as well, so making a bit of ground now though.
And a nice ball in by Shane O'Connell into the full forward line, targeting Paul Maher, and Paul Maher got a heavy shoulder there for his efforts, and the ball is overturned, and away comes Longford now. But Tipperary they're kind of holding on to the ball and looking to play a ball into the full forward line, and the lads are making kind of diagonal runs out, but nothing really has stuck in so far.
Yeah, look, I suppose we're better than we have been the last few games, so look, if we can continue it and get a grip in the game at some stage, maybe we'll be able to get a few scores up. And
so 2 points apiece here. Still, we've got 9 minutes played here in Pearse Park as Longford now are on the attack through their number 12. That's Michael Quinn. Michael Quinn's wearing high blue socks. He'll be easy to identify for the rest of the game here. He's got a Larry Corbett-esque high blue socks on, but he's fisted the ball in towards the middle of the field, but it's intercepted there by Kevin Fahey, and now it could be a chance for Tipperary to break, but there's a lot of space inside, and it might be a targeted ball now in towards Paul Maher. Paul Maher brilliantly takes this ball, gives it off to Sean O'Connor, and it might open up for O'Connor if he can beat his man, and Sean O'Connor gets a heavy fist into the face, it looks like, and he's won himself a free, and the Longford defenders aren't happy with that. Ryan Moffat, the one to fouled Sean O'Connor there, but that was much better from Tipperary. They overturned the ball, and it was straight up the field nice and quick.
Moved it up, probably a 40-yard kick pass into the full forward line. Paul Maher won the ball. Paul is down now. I see he's a bit of an injury, but he was out in front, won the ball, and Sean came off the shoulder to take it off. Good move now, to be fair.
Yeah, straight away from the overturn, Paddy Feehan booted the ball in, and it was one of those low balls coming to Paul Maher that he just flicked up into his hand with his right boot, and Paul Maher is down injured now, receiving some attention. So as of all the injuries this team has had, they could really just not do it anymore. But this is a chance for Tipperary to take the lead now. Jack Kendi out of his hands. It's a difficult angle though. He's going to be just outside the 21 when he takes it, but out near the sideline. He's going to start this to the right of the post. Will it curl over accurately? Oh, what a score that is from Jack Kendi. Started the ball right of the post. It curls over and splits the post. It's 3 points for Tipperary, 2 points for Longford. We've got 10 minutes gone here in Pearse Park.
Paul Maher's just picking himself off the ground now. He looks a bit gingerly, I'm afraid.
Yeah, so he's going to continue. He's holding his left thigh, it looks like. So it looks like kind of a quad injury, but he's starting to try and jog it off anyway. So we'll keep an eye on Paul Maher. He's back though, kind of on his knees again, but he's back up running now. But he's very gingerly limping around the place. So we'll see if he can continue. Can't quite see if there's any Tipperary substitutes warming up. There's a few of the lads down there warming up. So David Power and co might have to have a look at that. But Longford are on the attack and they've just touched the ball on the ground. So it's going to be a chance now for Tipperary to maybe get a little bit of a foothold in this game and hold on to the possession, as we see Donalai back out the field now inside his own 65. Donalai now, he's been trusted with the full forward jersey here today. What do you make of him, his overall play, Philly?
Well, he's playing anywhere bar full forward at the moment, Paul.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like, I mean, his role seems to be out around the middle of the field as a ball carrier, and Coleman Kendi has gone into a more advanced position at the moment, taking him out of the sweeper role.
And Emma Maloney given space to progress the ball. He's given it off to Paul Maher now, who's still kind of limping, but he was able to hand pass it off to Kevin Fahy. Fahy now back to Jack Kendi. The play is just outside the 45 on the Longford defending end of the field, down to our right hand side. Tipperary wearing their all navy kit, Longford in their white shorts and yellow jersey. And now here's a chance to look at Paddy Feeney. He played a lovely ball into the full forward line a few minutes ago to Paul Maher, and now he gives off the hand pass to number 7. That's Colm O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy runs into a wall of Longford players and he might get overturned, but he luckily enough just forces the ball backwards, and Longford might overturn this. Coleman Kendi's under a lot of pressure, but luckily enough for Tipperary, it's going to be a line ball to Tipperary. But just that classic, we see it a lot in football games where there's almost a wall there on the 45 and very hard to kind of get through that.
It is, it's difficult, alright, but he did well. Coleman tapped it off the Longford man before going out. Paul Maher's been strapped up now on the field as well, so it looks like he's in a bit of bother with that leg.
Yeah, so Teddy Doyle there got the ball from the short line ball and he booted it into the left corner of the field, high ball in towards Sean O'Connor, but it was just over Sean O'Connor's head and bounces out for a 45, as Paul Maher is still receiving some attention there. So Tipperary effectively playing with 14, and that has allowed Longford to progress this ball forward under no real pressure, and they're up inside the 65 of Tipperary. But Jack Kendi's been everywhere so far today and he's overturned that ball. Has he been fouled? No, says the referee, and now he has been fouled as the ball was pulled out of his hands, I believe.
Like it, alright, yeah.
So it's going to be a free out, and Jack Kendi just kind of stays down for a second, but I think this will be more so him getting a breather because he's been up and down the field the last few minutes. So Kevin Fahy happy to go back to his goalkeeper Michael O'Reilly, and as I mentioned earlier, Michael O'Reilly wearing the normal Tipperary jersey, the blue and gold with number 1 on the back, and Tipperary, very very nice alternate jersey there for Tipperary, the all navy that they would have worn against Laois in the National Hurling League. They're back wearing it today.
Yeah, lovely jerseys, alright, yeah. Unusual to see him in them, but I suppose Longford are the same colour, so they changed to their strip as well.
Yeah, both teams had to change their jerseys here today, but Tipperary still in possession of this ball. It's Tipperary 3 points, Longford 2 points. We've just about 14 minutes gone here in Pearse Park, and our coverage with Tip FM is with thanks to Treaty Electric in Sarsfield Street in Clonmel. So Tipperary retaining possession now. Donnelly right down in front of us. He's on his own 45, happy to play it back to his goalkeeper Michael O'Reilly, but Michael O'Reilly is out on the edge of the D here, and he might look for a hand pass in towards the middle of the field. Confidently hand passes it off to Tipperary player there. It was Jimmy Feehan, and Jimmy just played a really poor ball, low dribbly ball up the middle of the field, and it's been intercepted easily by Darren Gallagher for Longford, and the Longford man brings it forward quickly and gives it off to Michael Quinn. Quinn looks one way, looks the other, and hand pass it backwards. Longford up to the 45 of Tipperary, and now Tipperary drop 13 men behind the ball as they try and defend this Longford attack. Longford now can't quite get inside the Tipperary 45, and Michael Quinn looks in once again, and now he might go backwards all the way to his 65, and Longford now just starting to mount an attack on Tipperary. Slips one way is Daniel Mimna, but he gets back on possession and plays a lovely ball into the full forward line. And has there been a foul there? And it has been a foul. Jack Kendi just fouling the Darren Gallagher, I believe that was, running onto the ball inside the 21, and frustrating one for Jack to give way, just kind of over his back there.
Yeah, he just put two hands on his back just as he going for the ball. I suppose you can't argue with it. It was a free, alright.
Yeah. So it's going to be a free in now for Longford, and it's going to be taken by David McGivney, I believe it is. Yeah, David McGivney, the full forward. He's going to play it in towards the terrace to our left hand side. He kicks it high and it's accurate. Very good score by David McGivney, and it's 3 points apiece now in Pearse Park as Longford get their third point of the game through number 14, Dave McGivney. A good strike of the ball there, splits the post on the left hand side of the field here, and Michael Riley looking out for this kick out again, looking for some movement. Not a lot of options here for him, and he just goes long, and the referee is coming in, and the referee is almost going to judge him for taking too long, Philly, is it?
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know, this referee seems to be very finicky. He seems to be picking up on a lot of things, things that other referees aren't.
That's a very strange one now. I didn't think he was taking that long, really.
It seems to be, no.
Yeah, so and it's not like you'd be time wasting at 3-all after 15 minutes of play here, so it's going to be a throw ball on the Tipperary 21, so this is not what Tipperary wants. So let's see what happens here. The ball is thrown up and Paddy Fian is underneath that. Ball drops to the ground now, and it hasn't been picked off the ground. It has been, and that's luckily enough for Tipperary, because Longford had got a shot off at the post. I think it might have went wide, but nonetheless it's one of the Longford lads touched the ball on the ground. So Michael O'Reilly gets a chance to finally play the ball out, and he'll probably be thinking he might go a bit quicker this time, and he gives it off to Paddy Fian. Fian just inside the edge of his own D gives it back to Michael O'Reilly, and O'Reilly now the space opens up for him, and we've seen this a lot from Michael O'Reilly. He likes to solo run forward with the ball, and he's been asked to give it to me by Kevin Fahey. Gives it to Kevin Fahey. Fahey up to Stokes, now Tipperary up to the D of Longford, and it's a chance for Stokes to have a look at the post, but it just gets deflected off one of the Longford players' hands and drops into the goalkeeper's hands. That's Patrick Collum. But again, that was a much better attack from Tipperary in terms of the pace of the whole thing.
Yeah, Michael came out with it and passed it on to Kevin Fahey, Kevin on to Mark Stokes, and unlucky he got Longford back, got a little touch on him just as he took the shot.
So still Tipperary 3 points, Longford 3 points. We've a draw game. We've 17 minutes gone here in Pearse Park. A must-win National Football League game for both sides. Tipperary got promoted from Division 4 last year, and Longford on the other side, they just survived here in Division 3 last year. So both teams now dogging it out to try and get a first win on the board here in the league, and the ball is played forward and almost intercepted by Paddy Fian, but it's into the corner on the right hand side of the field, or onto the corner forward. That's Robbie Smith. Smith now goes one way, goes the other, kicks towards the post. Would be a serious score if that went over the bar. The umpires have a look at each other and decide finally that it's gone wide, and Robbie Smith really not happy with that one.
From where I was sitting, I think Paula would be. I think he's right not to be. I thought it went over.
Yeah, so it was down the left hand side of the field, but he was in the right corner of the field, just on the far side as we're looking at it, and it looked like it was good from here, but we didn't have the best angle. But nonetheless, it's been waved wide, so we'll take what we can get at this stage.
Very true.
So 3 points apiece now, and Coleman Kendi in possession of the ball on the 45. Kendi now looks forward and just hand passes it off to Jimmy Fian. Jimmy Fian now to number 7, that's Colm O'Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy comes out with this ball and hand passes it to the captain today, that's Shane O'Connell. Tipperary now just, again, quite slow in attack, no real movement from the forwards, so it's a lot of hand passing around the middle of the field for Tipperary, as Colm O'Shaughnessy has a look inside, gives it off to Shane O'Connell now. O'Connell beats his man and goes around him, and now he's inside the 65. He's won advantage, he might take it, and he has taken it, and it might be taken quickly here by Colm O'Shaughnessy, but he's been told to leave the ball down, as it's probably too far out for Jack Kendi to have a look. But it is going to be a card, I believe, for number 18. That's Liam Connerton for Longford. He's getting a talking to by the referee, and didn't look anything serious.
Didn't think that
no.
worthy of a. Yeah. Well, he's pointing back to it, so maybe he committed a few sins on the way along.
So some sort of accumulation. So it's a yellow card for Liam Connerton, and maybe an accumulation of fouls. I'm not too sure. The referee did point back the field as if he was telling him, it's been something else there as well. So interesting setup here for Tipperary as Michael O'Reilly gets the free, and he's back across the middle of the field. The Tipperary goalkeeper gives it off to Jimmy Fian. All the players bar Willie Evanston and Robbie Smith are inside the half, and it's a brilliant ball played forward, and it's an advance mark there from Sean O'Connor. So O'Connor's going to have a look at the post there. He's just kind of 5 yards in from the 45, it looks like. Central enough position. He's a long way out, but a bit of a breeze in his back. So let's see, can O'Connor put this ball over the bar? He scored a point for UCC in the Sigerson Cup final.
That's the advantage that Coleman gives you. He was able to pick him out there with the ball.
And it looks like a good strike. No, it's gone to the right and wide. It's well wide there from Sean O'Connor. It remains 3 points apiece here, as we just have about 20 minutes gone now here in Pearse Park. So it was probably predicted to be low scoring and cagey kind of affair. So it's kind of played out like that so far, Philly.
It has, yeah. We haven't scored from play yet. We have 2 frees and a 45 scored, and just Longford have only one scored, so
one score from play, that is, and Desi Reynolds rose high above the Tipperary lads to win that kick out and win a mark, but he plays on and plays a ball into the full forward line now, and Longford on the attack now, and it could be a shot at the post here for Longford, and that one splits the post there on the far side of the field. I think that was Joe Hagan, number 10, who hit that one. So there's the lead again for Longford. 4 points for Longford, 3 points for Tipperary. We have 20 and a half minutes gone here in Pearse Park, but that was all too easy as well, Philly.
It was a little bit easy, alright, yeah. Came down just after me, little off the baller there. The Longford lads. Robbie Smith is down on the ground, but he's back up straight away when Longford get the ball nonetheless, and Longford are on the attack now through number 7, that's Ryan Moffat. Moffat now is on the attack. Longford on the attack now through number 11, Desi Reynolds. Reynolds overturns the ball, and Coleman Kendi just touches it on the ground, and he's himself and Jack Kendi really not happy with the referee, and Coleman Kendi slams the ball onto the ground, and the referee brings it in a good 20 yards. So it's going to be a free in for Longford now, just on the 21-yard line, and that's an annoying one because it is. I thought he was a bit harsh, the ref. I thought there was a bit of daylight between the grass and the ball, but he sees it different. I just do think the referee is picking up on a few things that other referees don't. He seems to be very technical on the pick up the ground and the kick-outs, but the Longford goalie last time got away with a bit of time on the kick-outs, so he's not being consistent.
So this is a chance now for Longford to take a 2-point lead. It's 4 points to 3 as Robbie Smith, he scored 2 points already. He's looking at the stand here down to our left-hand side. He's going to be kicking this just on the 21 off his left boot, out of his hands, and over the bar it goes from Robbie Smith. So that's a 2-point lead now for Longford. 5 points playing 3. So Tipperary now just gone a good few minutes now without a score. They kind of need to
we need to come back into this game again now, I'm afraid. We can't leave it slip away from us. We can't open the gap.
So a few runs being made for Michael O'Reilly.
Definitely. I don't think we'll be seeing Paul in the second half. He's been re-strapped again.
And it's a poor kick out from Michael O'Reilly. Goes all the way out. He was targeting Willie Everston. It was a hard ball to play as Willie Everston was making a run right up the sideline, and it's just gone over Willie Everston's head and out for a line ball for it. So a chance for Longford to build up yet another attack. We haven't seen Tipperary stay in Longford's half for much at all so far, Philly. In this first half, it's been all Longford attacking, and they're on the attack once more. All the time in the world has Darren Gallagher now to find a hand pass in towards the middle of the field, and Longford now on the attack, surging forward up to the Tipperary 21, and it's a chance for their wing back number 5 Earlo O'Sullivan to have a shot at the post, but off hit the left boot wide at the near post on the left hand side. So Tipperary get away with this one, but Tipperary need to get something from the kickouts, and they go short to Jimmy Feehan, and Jimmy Feehan is hauled to the ground in around the neck, and straight away Robbie Smith has his hands up very apologetically to the referee, because it's definitely a card coming. He pulled a man down in around.
Possibly looking at a black card here, but
that was proper one in around the neck now from Robbie Smith. So he's having a word with the referee, and the referee shows the yellow card. So there was, I don't know, Philip, he pulled him to the ground, but it was in around the neck.
He was around the neck and pulled him down. So
nonetheless, 5 points playing 3. Longford in the lead, and Tipperary on the attack now through number 7 Colm O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy just crosses the halfway line and just fails to kind of solo the ball and drops it to the ground, and he's under a lot of pressure now, but he manages to retain it well. And here's Mark Stokes. Stokes looks on one way, it looks the other, hand pass it backwards towards Coleman Kendi. Kendi now looks forward and plays the ball forward towards Teddy Doyle. Doyle now still across the halfway line. Tipperary just struggling to open Longford up. There's no real runs in behind from Tipperary, it's all out in front, but Teddy Doyle does really well to hold on to the ball. He's soloed the ball about 45 yards, and now he's been caught for over carrying, and that's a frustrating one, and this referee is going to bring it up 20 yards again.
He is, So
now we're inside a glass box here, so we can't hear maybe roaring and shouting going on. So
might be a bad thing that we can't.
So nonetheless, Longford on the attack. Still 5 points for Longford, 3 points for Tipperary, and Longford on the attack through number 18. That's Liam Connerton. Liam Connerton plays it off to number 13, the corner forward, Daniel Mimnan. What a score that is. He's from just outside the 21, but out near the sideline, running towards the corner flag, off the left boot, curls it in over the bar, and now it's 6 points to 3, and Tipperary really need to get going here, Philly.
They do, it's slipping away, 3-point gap now. We're very slow on the ball coming out of the back line. We need to quicken that up. We need to get from back to front a bit quicker. It's
given Longford an awful lot of time to kind of get back and get set in defence. And Tipperary, we haven't seen Sean O'Connor on the ball in I don't know how long, because we haven't got the ball in there.
Fair, you can see him from here. He's making his run, but isn't coming to him.
So Mark Stokes in possession of this ball, but it's still just only on the Longford 65, and gives it off now to Shane O'Connell. Shane O'Connell surely fouled, but referee says play on, and hand passes it back towards Willie Everston. Evanston now plays it across to Jimmy Feehan, who's on his own 65. Jimmy Feehan finds Kevin Fahey out in front, and Fahey has a bit of space to bring it up towards the 45. He plays a lovely ball into the corner. It's just going to be intercepted. It bobbles off one of the Longford defenders and back into the hands of Paul Maher. Maher now back to Sean O'Connor. Sean O'Connor bounces the ball off the ground, gets a little tug on the jersey, and he's going to win himself a free in. So when Sean O'Connor does get on the ball, he's won a couple of frees already so far.
Yeah, he's looking a bit lively when he does get the ball. I suppose he had a little break from last week, and then he's back in, so he's anxious to make an impression here today. Should be a tap over score, but you can't rely on anything.
Yeah. So 6 points playing 3. We've just about 25 and a half minutes, maybe 26 minutes gone here in Pearse Park, and one of the Longford players getting a physio, having a look at him there inside the 14. So there's been a stop and play, but it's going to be Jack Kendi taking this free. Will he take it out of his hands or off the ground? He usually takes the long ones off the ground. This one he's going to take out of his hands. So it's a left-hand side of the D here, suitable for a right-footed kicker, which Jack Kendi is, but he's just going to have to wait another moment or two before he gets the all clear from the referee. And referee just having a word there, just sorting something out there, and now he tells Jack Kendi that fire away. So here we go. Jack Kendi down to our right hand side, shooting in towards the scoreboard end, out of his hands, strikes his ball, strikes it high and strikes it accurately over the bar. 4th point of the game for Tipperary, 4th point of the game for Jack Kendi, and it's 6 points to Longford, 4 points for Tipperary, but still no score from play yet from us.
No score from play, that's the worry, and we've only one scorer. Jack Kendi is our only scorer. Just sub coming now for Tipp.
Sub coming on for Tipperary. That's number 22, Lee McGrath. I'd imagine this is going to be for Paul Maher, yeah. So off goes Paul Maher, on comes Liam McGrath. So what can Liam bring to this game, Philly?
Well, Paul, unless we get the ball in a bit quicker to him, like, I mean, he won't bring a whole pile because we're holding the ball up in the back line, holding it up and around the middle. So Liam is a finisher. If we can get the ball up to him, he'll finish. That's what he'll bring. He'll bring a few scores into the panel.
And a very easy kick out one there by Longford. The goalkeeper just lobbed the ball up over the 45, and it was straight into a Longford man's hand, and Willie Evanston now has to contest a long ball into the Longford full forward line, and that ball might have been touched on the ground, and Willie Evanston is progressing that with the referee, but nonetheless Tipperary on the attack, and it's a loose hand pass, but luckily enough it goes to Jack Kendi. Kendi gets a little tug on the back now, and he might play a ball into the full forward line, and he does, in towards the corner now, asking a lot of Sean O'Connor. Sean O'Connor right underneath the scoreboard here in Longford, in Pearse Park, and he trying to beat his man Andrew Farrell in the corner. He nearly beats him, but he overruns the ball out over the sideline, and it is going to be a kick out for Longford. Tipperary, or the referee just telling the goalkeeper to wait a second. We might see a yellow card, and no, he's just noting a Longford player in his book, but it's going to be play on. So still Tipperary 4 points, Longford 6, as Longford tried to progress this ball out of their own 65. But that was kind of a missed opportunity there on the counter-attack for Tipperary.
I suppose he had a lot to do. Sean was facing towards the sideline but trying to win the ball, and then he was marked well, so he had a lot to do, as you say.
So number 13 now, Daniel Mimna on the attack for Longford. Longford now progressing it up to the Tipperary 45, and in possession of this ball now is Robbie Smith. He scored a few points already, turns one way, turns the other, and now hand passes it back out the field. Longford still on the attack now. Willie Evanston and Kevin Fahey trying to get a fist in there, force Longford to go backwards towards their wing back. That's Irlo O'Sullivan, and Longford just slow down the attack now and hold on to possession. We've got about 29 minutes gone here in the first half in Pearse Park. It is Longford 6 points, Tipperary 4, as Darren Gallagher runs forward, takes a lot of steps, and the referee agrees with me, and away comes Tipperary with the ball, but they can't do anything quick because there's no one up the field.
No, Teddy Doyle is on the ball, and there's nobody actually ahead of him, with the exception of Sean O'Connor in the full forward line, so
he wasn't going to kick the ball 90 yards. So Tipperary just have to slow things down and get it off to Coleman Kendi now. Kendi progressed it up to midfield, hand pass it forward, a dangerous pass towards Mark Stokes, and Mark Stokes got a little pull on his arm there, and he's won himself a free. So it's a free into Tipperary, and still 6 points to 4, Longford with the lead, as Tipperary go about 40 yards backwards towards Michael O'Reilly, and Michael O'Reilly is going to surge forward now to where the free was taken. Riley up towards the 65, hand pass it off to Jimmy Feehan. Jimmy Feehan having a look up the field and gives it off to Donald Lee. Lee now brings his ball forward, and Jack Kendi in possession, and Kendi always has a look inside when he gets the ball, looks one way, looks the other, gives it off to Michael O'Reilly. O'Reilly now up to the 45, hand pass it forward, and it could be a chance now for Donald to have a look at the post. Instead he hand pass it forward towards Sean O'Connor. Has O'Connor been pulled to the ground there surely? But no, he gives it off to Lee McGrath. Lee McGrath now on the edge of the D, plays it back towards Paddy Feehan. Feehan off the left boot, Feehan all over the bar from Paddy Feehan. There's the first score from play from Tipperary, and it's come off the left boot of Paddy Feehan. 6 points to 5, much better attack there from Tipperary.
Such a player for us, and bit quicker again. Like, I mean, we transformed a bit faster from back to front.
Yeah.
Michael O'Reilly was key to the move, to be fair to him.
Yeah, Michael O'Reilly came all the way up to the Longford 45, hand passed it in over the top, and then Sean O'Connor was able to get him the ball, and he's been very dangerous every time he's been out in front of his man, nearly every time he's got the ball, Sean O'Connor.
He has indeed.
And he got it back out to Liam McGrath. Liam fisted it backwards towards Paddy Feehan, and from about 35-40 yards out with the left boot straight over the bar from Paddy Feehan. He's got a few long range points now in this league championship, and Tipperary could do with all of them as Longford get another easy kick out that they're able to get a mark off, and the ball is played backwards though towards Irlo Sullivan. So 6 points to 5 here. We just have about 31 minutes gone here in Pearse Park. A must win game for both teams, and it's still a tight affair here as Longford surge forward with this ball, just bringing it forward nice and slowly up towards the halfway line, and Teddy Doyle now trying to win possession off number 13, that's Daniel Mimna coming forward with the ball and hand passes it off to their centre forward Desi Reynolds. Longford now just outside the Tipperary D and just around the Tipperary 45, spraying the ball across the field to the spare man, that's Irlo Sullivan. Sullivan brings this ball forward to the 21, cuts in one way, cuts the other, and now hand passes it backwards. Joseph Hagan in possession now. He looks one way, looks the other, and he might have a look at the post. If it's accurate, it would be given, and it has been put over the bar. That's his second score of the game, and 7 points playing 5. That was a much better piece of play by Longford there, and Tipperary couldn't really lay a glove on them there as they were coming forward.
No, I think Tipp have to get more aggressive on the kick out, on the Longford kick out, because it's coming out too easy. I don't think we've won one of them yet. No, and Longford have got a few marks off the kickouts there as well. This time Tipperary goes long, but it's been fisted down there by one of the Longford players, and Longford are in possession of this ball once again as Darren Gallagher comes forward with this ball, gives it off to Robbie Smith. Smith now from the left boot, but he's had a difficult angle, and that one's gone high left and wide, and he tries to plead with the umpires that it was a 45, but he knew himself that he'd kicked that ball straight wide. So it's 7 points for Longford, 5 points for Tipperary. We just have about 34 minutes gone here in Pearse Park. As I look at my phone is the timer for us here today, Phillies. We've no clock on the scoreboard here, so we mightn't be too accurate there with how much time has been played, but a long kick out now has been won in the air by Jack Kendi and falling out to Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle plays it in towards Lee McGrath. Lee McGrath's out in front of his man, but just can't get the ball into his possession, and it's been deflected off Lee McGrath, and away comes Longford again. It just couldn't stick inside, and now Longford play a quick ball into Liam Connerton, the left corner forward, but it just rolls out over the line and out for a Tipperary line ball. So Tipperary get away with that one, but it looked like they had something good coming from that kick out, but it just couldn't materialise anything. We're still well in the game. Like, I mean, 7 points to 5, 2 points down. I don't think we're playing very well.
No.
I think there's a bit more in us. I think we need to bring a bit more energy just before the half.
And a lovely turn there from Emmett Maloney, and things really open up for him now, and Maloney's going to be able to bring this ball all the way to the 45, gives it off to Kevin Fye. Kevin Fye now finds Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle fakes to shoot and now gives the hand pass off to Jack Kendi. Kendi surging through the middle now on the edge of the D. If he can get any bit of space, he'll surely have a shot, but he runs into a wall of Longford players, and then there's a foul, and now Longford can break quickly from that foul, play the ball forward towards Michael Quinn, who's in acres of space in the middle of the field. He's going to run forward with this ball. He's got so much pace. He's after blazing past one of the Tipperary players, and now it might open up. He gives a hand pass off to Robbie Smith now. Shot on goal, brilliantly blocked down by Jimmy Feehan. Jimmy Feehan somehow with two hands extended out from his head gets a block on it, and that allows Tipperary to come away with the ball once again through Mark Stokes. Mark Stokes comes up to the 65 now. Tipperary 5 points, Longford 7, and the ball has just fallen to the ground now, and Donnelly tries to win it when the Longford lads falls over the ball, with the ball's on the ground now, and now it's in the possession of Irlo Sullivan. He hand passes it back to Ryan Moffat, and Longford come away with the ball again. It's starting to open up now, which is not good for Tipperary, as Longford have all the space, and if they can look inside, they've found a brilliant cross-field ball now, and now it's a chance for Longford to have another shot at the post. Is it going to split the posts? And it's gone over the bar again on that far side. Can't quite see who put that ball over the bar, but it's 8 points to 5 in favour of Longford, and Longford just found a lot of space there again.
They did, a bit too easy. They switched it across very well though. Joseph Hagan got that point off his left boot.
Joseph Hagan was sent off for Longford when they played Cavan for 2 yellow cards, but he's had a big impact here. 3 points in the first half. It's another loose kick out though from Tipperary. Michael O'Reilly hadn't a lot of options, so he had to play a low percentage ball towards Emmett Maloney. That's been intercepted, and away comes Longford through Desi Reynolds. He's running down the angle, and he has to hand pass it back towards the corner where one of his teammates is there, but he has a very loose ball out towards the edge of the D, and that's been intercepted by Coleman Kendi, and now it might be a chance for Tipperary to progress the ball quickly. It's played towards Lee McGrath. Surely a push on the back. No, says the referee, and away comes Longford. Longford. Longford coming away with the ball. David Power not happy with that one at all, but Michael Quinn coming away with the ball for Longford. It's really starting to open up, and now it's a chance at the post from Joseph Hagan. He half slips when he's kicking it, but he splits the post, and now it's 9 points to 5. It's the biggest lead of the game for Longford. It's 4 points in it now, and not what Tipperary need is a late Longford surge before half time.
We need to get the score, not give one away.
And Longford just kicking the ball away there, so surely that's going to be brought forward.
He didn't take any action against him, even though he kicked it into the corner.
Yeah, it was a kick out played towards Dunleahy. He got pushed to the ground, and then Longford just kicked the ball away, so it's going to be brought forward a little bit. So it's going to be around midfield where Paddy Feehan is going to have a look, and he's looking inside, looking for someone to maybe make a run, but he leaves the ball off now to Coleman Kendi. Kendi now looking for a short one, but no one really shown for the ball for Tipperary, so he has to go backwards towards Jimmy Feehan, and Feehan hand passes it back to Coleman Kendi. Kendi now gives it off to Jack Kendi and back to Jimmy Feehan, and now across to the sideline underneath the stand there on the far side of the field, whereas Willie Evanston and plays a 1-2 with Jimmy Feehan. Tipperary would love some sort of a score here before half time. We've got 36 minutes played here in this first half, so we're expecting the referee to blow the half-time whistle at any second now. It's Shane O'Connell bringing the ball forward for Tipperary, the captain, the Golden Kilfeacle man. He looks inside, but hand passed it off to Mark Stokes. No real risks being taken at all from Tipperary.
And I think we do have to probably start taking that little bit of a chance, you know.
Yeah, Willie Evanston progresses the ball now to Jimmy Feehan, and now they've worked it inside the 21, and maybe a shot at the post from Paddy Feehan. Paddy Feehan has scored one long-range point tonight. That would be some score if it went over, but it's just gone to the right and wide from Paddy Feehan. He was about 5 yards inside the 45, but we're being limited to kind of long-range shooting, Philly, at the minute.
Yeah, no, I don't blame Paddy for shooting. I suppose he's a good man to get on the ball from the outside range. We're not taking any risks, as I was saying, but there's no kind of it's all in front of Longford. Nothing is in over the top of him at all. I'm just looking at Shane O'Connell. He's having a little go with him. His fellow cornerback, your man is just sticking the shoulder into him left and right.
The linesman has seen it, but nonetheless the play is continuing, and the goalkeeper for Longford just playing a short hand pass, and there is the half-time whistle. Not that we could hear it in here, but it is half-time here in Pearse Park. So it's Tipperary with a bit of a deficit to overcome. It's 9 points for Longford, 5 points for Tipperary at half-time, and David Power and co will have to rally the troops for the second half, Philly, because they can't come out of here with a loss.
No, you can't. No, and 4 points down. Looks like we played with a slight breeze, maybe whatever little bit of breeze there is. But yeah, I think we just need to quicken up our play in the second half. We need to come out and maybe take that little bit of a chance. I think David is having a word with the referee now. That won't do him any favours either. So yeah, because he needs the Tipperary players. The players are going to have to try and win this game for Tipperary, so he's going to have a few words with them at half-time. So half-time here in Pearse Park in the National Football League. It's Tipperary 5 points, Longford 9. We'll be back with more second half analysis after these. So half-time here in Pearse Park in the National Football League, round 4 of the National Football League Division 3. Tipperary taking on Longford. A must-win game for both teams, and it's Longford with the half-time lead. 9 points for Longford, 5 points for Tipperary. And Paul Carroll here on commentary with Philly Ryan, former Tipperary goalkeeper, alongside me. Philly, it's been again the same old story that we've seen the last couple of weeks for Tipperary in terms of just the pace of the build-up is far too slow to cause much teams any threat, really. Fully agree there, Paul. It's just no pace to it, actually. Sometimes, it's just hold the ball, throw it around, give a 2-3 yard hand pass just to hold it.
Yeah.
I think we really need to go back where we started again against Down in the second half, and we need to start running at Longford.
Yeah.
Two elements to it as well. One you suggest yourself is have somebody in the full forward line and put the ball in, because we nearly got a goal off that tactic, which worked quite well. And I just think we need to really bring something here. If we don't come out in the second half for the next 35 minutes, it's Division 4 whether we like it or not, you know, and we have to take responsibility for that. The players have to really up the game in the next 35 minutes. Yeah, because what we've seen so far is it's a Division 4 standard, there's no point of dressing it up any differently. It's been too slow, it's been too lethargic coming out of the back, and oftentimes Longford are coming through much easier, and some of the scores they've gotten have been far easier for Longford. I think Joe Hagan has got 3 or 4 points for them from play, and finding a lot of space on the far side on the wing. So we need to see something from Tipperary in the second half. We do. I'd like to see us come out and take the game to Longford, have a little bit about us, and really go at it. you could play a two-man full forward line. You could have Sean O'Connor inside with Lee McGrath. Lee would finish. Sean would win a ball, wouldn't be anything wrong with it. Donnelly, he's playing a role out around the middle of the field. Cole McKendy's playing it back, so that leaves us with 4 forwards up front, and Teddy Doyle is dropping back as well. That's his role, so but I think the gap between our full forward line and our half back line is just too big for us to. That's why probably the play has been a bit slow. We're not getting it. We haven't got that link. So maybe we need to push a bit higher up the field and have a look at that. That's what
Would you like to see Coleman be pushed forward, maybe? In terms of creativity and things like that?
Yeah, I'd like to see him push up a bit towards the middle of the field, half forward line even again. But I suppose the ball isn't being played into that area, so it might be a waste.
For listeners, the way it's kind of progressing for Tipperary when they get the ball is they might overturn Longford or whatever, and they get it up to their own 65 and across midfield, and suddenly it just turns to backwards hand pass and lateral hand pass, and someone will try and make a little run forward, but once they do, they might have to go backwards again. There's no real ball being played in. In the first 10 minutes, we saw a good few balls going into Paul Maher there and Sean O'Connor, and we were getting some success off that. But from probably the 15-20 minute on, that seemed to stop, and any sort of productivity from Tipperary's attack seemed to stop with that as well.
There's 2 areas of the game that we need to get on top of. I think we need to be, as I said earlier, I think we need to be more aggressive on Longford's kick out. It's too passive coming out, it's very soft coming out, and I think we need to have a look at our own kick outs as well, because over the last couple of games we've been probably on 60-70%. Probably need a higher rate than that, we need to get that ball out quicker, more accurate. So something we have to have a look at. There are two ends of the fields that we could look at. Also, I think the backs need to be a little bit tighter. We have 5 of the Longford forwards after scoring from play here now, so just get a little bit more interface, a little bit more aggressive there as well, and try and push them, make them earn the score.
So it is half time here in Pearse Park in round 4 of the National Football League Division 3, Tipperary against Longford, and it is Longford with a 4-point lead at half time. It's Longford 9 points, Tipperary 5. We'll be back with the second half after these.
Premier Play on Tipp FM with Supermax. Proud to support Irish farmers and serve 100% Irish beef since 1978. Visit supermax.ie.
Tasty and tempting food and Supermax.
Tipp FM.
Tipp FM's live coverage of the Alliance Football League comes in association with Treaty Electric, Sarsfield Street, Clonmel, Tipperary's leading electrical wholesale supplier for over 40 years. Search for Treaty Electric online or call in store. Reductions now on all their electrical wiring and lighting accessories.
Hi, Muriel here from Maurito 8020 in Clonmel, Munster's only luxury health and aesthetic clinic. To book a consultation with one of our doctors, please call 052 6148 881. It's time for you to look good and feel great.
Horse and Jockey Car Sales, setting the standard for used cars in Tipperary. Great selection to choose from with long warranties and great finance rates. Visit horseandjockeycarsales.com or phone 0504 44176 for more details.
A message from Tipperary County Council. Temporary traffic management will be in place from Monday, February 20th to June 30th on the Care Road Cashel, Regional Road, the R639. Works commence from the N74 roundabout to Deer Park Road. The works involve the installation of cycle lanes and new footpaths within the scheme extents.
Tipp FM's live coverage of the Alliance Football League comes in association with Treaty Electric, Sarsfield Street, Clonmel, Tipperary's leading electrical wholesale supplier for over 40 years. Search for Treaty Electric online or call in store. Reductions now on all their electrical wiring and lighting accessories.
So still half-time here in Pearse Park in Longford. Tipperary taking on Longford in the National Football League, and it is the home side with a 4-point lead at half-time. Tipperary 5 points, Longford 9 points, and Paul Carroll here on commentary with Philly Ryan, former Tipperary goalkeeper, alongside me. Philly, looking at the subs bench there, is there anyone that you look at there that could come in and make a difference maybe?
Probably Mark Russell is back this week, so we probably have to have a look at Mark, and I think he'd bring that physicality as well that we probably lack at the moment, because I do think we need to come out and, for want of a better word, and it's not a great word to use, but bully around this game for the start of the second half. I think we're a bit quiet around the field. I think we're leaving Longford come through with the ball that a little bit easier than we should. we're not intense in our tackle, and it's just a small bit porous for us. I said earlier that when we get the ball, we go forward. We're coming lateral with it. We're over and back lateral, 3-4 yard hand passes, all come back to the one area. We need to make more ground. I think Mark could bring that to it for us, and maybe, I know he's not. Maybe Luke Boland or Cathal Deely, someone like that, might have that bit of strength.
Conor Cadell, if he's back to full fitness, just in terms of pace wise. And
he's a good runner with the ball. So maybe that's the role that you might see for him. So
because we need something to change anyway, because it's
now also a fella there, Martin Keogh, he was impressive when he came in the second half last week. He put Antrim number 7. He quietened him down a small bit.
I can't quite remember his name, but he was doing a lot of work for Antrim in that first half. And
5 and 7 there, Earlo Sullivan and Ryan Moffat, the two half-backs for Longford, they need to be quiet. They need to be pinned back a small bit as well.
Yeah, so, and of course we haven't mentioned is the Longford manager, Paddy Christie, of course, would have worked with David Power the last couple of years, so he knows an awful lot about this Tipperary team as well, which is a disadvantage, I suppose, for Tipp.
It can be, I suppose. I suppose Longford will be very happy with 9 points at half-time as well, and maybe that's a fact that he did know how they were going to set up and how to get at them.
So, and they've been, we've only got 1 point from play, and that came from, as I just look at my sheet there, that came from Paddy Feehan with the long range effort, and we did have that goal chance early on with Paul Maher. That ball that I was mentioned dropped in around the edge of the square. Jack Kendi kind of kicked a ball, and it was dropping short in around the edge of the square. The Longford goalkeeper put 2 hands on it, dropped to the ground, fell into Paul Maher's hands, and he had a shot at the post, but it was saved by the goalkeeper. But that was just it's something we don't see a lot in modern football, and I don't think modern defenders like big high balls coming in, so it can cause a bit of trouble now.
Yeah, you're right. I suppose Sean O'Connor's a big man. Maybe if Sean was in the edge of the square and we loafed in 1 or 2, just, instead of trying to be too exact every time that we go through with the ball, it might be no harm, might cause a little bit of upset in the back line. Yeah, because
it feels like we're not fully having a go. If you get that, it's kind of too slow, and it needs kind of just abandonment now. If they lose this game, they're probably going to get relegated. So they're either going to lose it by this kind of slow build-up play and lose it by 4 or 5 points, or you can have a goal.
It's a very safe method of playing. You just keep ball, but you go nowhere with the ball. At the same time. So a little bit of abandonment in the second half, maybe a little bit of rawness, come out and just play the game, and maybe throw the tactic board out the window for once and just have a cut of this game. Yeah, so we're still awaiting both teams to come back onto the field, as we see some of the Tipperary substitutes just kicking a few balls around there. The referee in charge is John Ryan of Cork. He's back on the field, so we still have just kind of a youth, kind of a underage game happening on the far side of the field, but nonetheless it's still a 4-point lead for Longford as we wait for the two teams to come out. Interesting to see, will there be any substitutions, but it would be very disappointing for Tipperary. How good they went in the league last year. They started slowly in the league last year, then won 5 games in a row, got to the league final up in Croke Park, lost by a point to Cavan, and things seemed to be going in the right direction. And then of course there came the championship and the loss to Carlow, and kind of things haven't really picked up since that. No, they haven't really. No, it's been disappointing, I suppose. A huge panel of players, I suppose, has been referenced before that just before Christmas they were presented with their Munster medals, and there was 41 medals given out that night.
Yeah.
And of those 41, only 14 remain.
From 2020,
from 2020, 2 years. Tipperary, we haven't got that base that we can sustain that loss of players. So I suppose that is a factor in it. Where do we go? If we go down, it's not the end of the world. We can build again and come through it again. But just for this game on today's, it would be great to see us go and have 35 minutes of a real good effort, and not fault the players' effort to date. It's something they can do, but just have one good crack at it.
Yeah, because why not? We're still awaiting for the teams to come back out onto the field. It's been quite a long half-time, so I'm sure David Power and co, Charlie McGeever and Tommy Toomey are having plenty of words to say to the Tipperary lads, but they really need something now. They had a good second half against Down, so that level is in these players, against Down, that they, albeit Down had a man sent off, but we've got plenty of players who are very good going forward with the ball if we can just get it out of them.
Yeah, But here's Tipp out now. So it just seems that when we go to a certain point, we look to be programmed to turn again and look for a safe option, look for an easy pass, and maybe we'll take it on here in the second half. Maybe things will change a small bit, and we'll really go at it.
So let's see, both teams are running back onto the field. Doesn't look like there's any changes on the Tipperary side of things. It looks like Kevin Fahey is going towards the left hand side of the field. No, he realises we're playing the other way now. I thought he was going in towards the centre forward position, but he's going back towards his usual centre back position.
His sat nav was off there or something.
Yeah, he came out of the tunnel and he ran off to the left, and I was like, oh, here we go, Kevin Fahey's going up, pushing up the field, but no, he's going back to the centre back position now. So ready to go for the second half. Come on now, can we get a performance here in this second half? We're 4 points down. It's Tipperary 5 points, Longford 9 points. So this is it now, second half for Tipperary. They're going to be playing into a bit of a breeze here, 4 points down, and the referee having a final look around the field, waiting for one of the Marishkas to run across the far side of the field underneath the stand. So here we go, referee in charge. John Ryan throws up the ball into the middle of the field, and it's fisted forward by Paddy Fian as far as Coleman Kendi, who has taken up a centre forward position there, and he plays it forward now to Donalahy, and Donalahy's been adjudged to touch the ball on the ground, which is really frustrating. It was a ball played into him, a usual kind of rolling ball on the ground, and I don't know, it looked like it was bobbling from here, but referee judges him to have picked the ball off the ground, and that allows Longford to take over possession and go on the attack through their number 18. Number 18 for Longford is Liam Connerton in possession of this ball, hand passes it backwards towards the wing forward, Ryan Moffat now. Longford just building up their first attack of the second half as we see the Tipperary line out. It's just Sean O'Connor inside the edge of the D, and there's no one else from Tipperary inside the Longford half of the field. So Longford will be happy with this, just hold ball for as long as they can, really.
Paul, there'll be no rush. Like again, they'll start like the first half. KG start the half, feel each other out a small bit and see where things are going. So
Longford just kind of hand passing the ball in around the middle of the field, almost a loose one there to Michael Quinn, but he recovers possession and hand passes it backwards towards number 23. Number 23 for Longford is Peter Foy there in possession of that ball. He's onto the field there. So Longford now in possession of this ball, still a 4 point lead under no real pressure, just hand passing it around the 45, and now they play a ball forward, and now it's an attack for Longford, and it's in possession of Robbie Smith. Turns one way, turns the other. He might try and swing this ball over to Barry, kicks it high, kicks it to the right and wide there from Longford, and it's a chance for Michael O'Reilly to try and make something happen from the kick out. He might go short to Willie Evanston. He does go short to Willie Evanston, but there's another ball on the field. So anytime we try to kind of do something quickly, something always seems to happen here. So another ball on the field. So Michael O'Reilly's going to have to take this again. So Coleman Kendi makes a bit of a run out to the right hand side, and Michael O'Reilly finds Coleman, but Coleman's got two Longford men on him, so he's under a lot of pressure here. And passes it backwards now towards Colm O'Shaughnessy, and Shaughnessy might go the whole way back to Michael O'Reilly. So O'Reilly now will have to build this possession from his own 21 now as he looks forward. Not a lot of movement going on in front of him, so he's just going to progress this ball up through the middle of the field. He's been allowed to come up to the 65 really without a glove being laid on him, and he gives the ball off now to Jack Kendi. Kendi looks inside, and now he looks for the short hand pass forward. Tipperary now building an attack on this far side of the field through Emmett Maloney. Emmett Maloney looks one way, then gives it off to Kevin Fahey. Kevin Fahey up to the 45 of Longford now, and hand passes it into the corner to Emmett Maloney. Maloney now going to look backwards to Mark Stokes. Stokes across to Jack Kendi. Kendi crosses midfield and tries to flick a ball in towards Sean O'Connor, asking a lot of Sean O'Connor, and a really poor ball in there by Kendi. Just kind of scooped it with the right foot, kind of off the outside of the right foot there, and just really didn't work whatever he was trying. But now it's a loose ball across the edge of the field, and Teddy Doyle might intercept this ball. Is this a chance for Tipperary? Inside the 14, Teddy Doyle looks one way, looks the other, and buries it into the back of the net. Teddy Doyle, that's exactly what Tipperary needed to start the second half. A really poor ball across the edge of the 21 by one of the Longford defenders. It bounced up highly for Peter Foy, and Teddy Doyle came in, fisted it away from him, and suddenly he was in one-on-one inside the 14 and lettered it with the left boot off under the bottom of the crossbar. It's now 1-5 to 9 points, exactly what Tipperary needed.
That's what we need to do. We need to attack the ball more. Did very well there. Great finish, actually.
Brilliant finish from the Ballina club, man. Teddy Doyle absolutely buried it with the left boot in off the bottom of the crossbar. Now it's 1-5 to 9 points. Tipperary needed goals, and they've got one now, and it's a 1 point game as the second half is just underway. A couple of minutes here, and I forgot to turn on my timer, so we're going to be a bit off with the time. Just about 3 minutes gone here in this second half. So that's just what Tipperary needed. Longford on the attack now on on the far side of the field as they look to contain possession through their number 11. That's Desi Reynolds. Reynolds now in possession of this ball in the far corner, but it's been overturned there from Tipperary, so it's going to be a free out for Tipp. And now they look to quicken things up through Paddy Feehan, give off a quick hand pass, and now played across the edge of the 21 to Willie Evanston in acres of space. And Michael O'Reilly, I'd love to see his stats after this game on how much he's ran, because he's back up into the middle of the field again.
He's covering a bit of ground, to be fair to him. He's trying to make something happen.
He's after beating 2 or 3 players with the ball there and open things up, in fairness to Michael O'Reilly. And now Tipperary on the attack through Jack Kendi. Kendi looks inside, plays a lovely ball to Sean O'Connor. Sean O'Connor now on the edge of the D. If he can get a hand pass off to Emmett Maloney, things might open up for another goal chance for Tipperary, but Emmett Maloney decides to put it over the bar as it really opened up there. A goal chance was on, but he's put it over the bar and he's levelled things up here. 1-6 now for Tipperary, 9 points to Longford, and Emmett Maloney is down on that far side of the field, just outside the left hand side of the 14, so we'll hope he's okay. But this is much better from Tipperary so far, Philip.
Yeah, very good, yeah. We're taking them on, we're going at them, we're trying to get through the tackle. Emmett looks to be in a bit of trouble now. Probably could have carried on. I thought we had a goal chance on it, and we're not going to get too many of them, so maybe when you get in there you should really, but then again I suppose, look, we're back level, so hard to be critical. So
Emmett Maloney now just very gingerly back up to his feet, the wing back, and he's not able to close down the kick out now, so it's a Longford man just going to be able to surge up towards the middle of the field there unopposed, and Emmett Maloney still just kind of walking back from the corner forward position, but the Tipperary players have reshuffled now and I'm sure they're back in where they need to be. But Longford are on the attack through the middle of the field. It's a draw game, 1-6 to 9 points. Teddy Doyle's goal and an Emmett Maloney point, and now Tipperary have overturned Longford in the centre back position, and it's going to be a chance for Tipperary now to go on the attack and maybe take the lead here. We've just about 5 minutes gone in the second half, and that's Tipperary 1-6, Longford 9 points. And away comes Colm O'Shaughnessy now as he crosses his own 65, gives it off now to his teammate on that far side of the field. Can't quite see exactly who that is. That was Emmett Maloney. He's back up to his feet now, and he looks like he's moving a bit better, which is good. And Michael O'Reilly's on possession again. Michael O'Reilly's the most talked about man on the field here. He's up to the 65 now. He's got a cap on his head, and he plays a lovely ball in towards Paddy Feehan, and Feehan now gives it off to Lee McGrath. Lee McGrath goes one way, goes the other. He needs to get a hand pass off, and he does to Donnelly. Lee now fists it over the bar, and there's the lead for Tipperary through the Arvale Rovers man Donnelly, and he's put Tipperary up in the lead 1-7 now, playing 9 points, but it came from Michael O'Reilly again.
Yeah, great start to the second half. We really have to take the game to Longford now, like a couple of extra sugars in the tea at half time.
Yeah. We asked the questions of them at half time, and they've come out blaring 1-2 to no score in the second half here from Tipperary, and they've flicked the ball down from a Longford kick out. We didn't see that in the first half, but we've seen it now. And Mark Stokes gets onto possession after the ball was batted down in the middle of the field. And here's number 11, Coleman Kendi. Tipperary just starting to move a lot quicker with the ball, and Paddy Feehan has found a bit of space on the left hand side, and it suits a left footed kicker. But Paddy Feehan looks for a hand pass in towards the middle of the field where Sean O'Connor bearing down on goals. Has he been pulled back? Surely it's been blocked, and it's been pulled back for a free. But again, that's what have we, about 5 minutes played in the second half. We've had 3 goal chances, Philly.
Yeah, we have, yeah. Well, at least we're going at the goal, Paul.
Yeah, it's much better.
We've quickened up the play. We're not trying to be secure at the back. We're really impressed now with the first 5 minutes of the second half. We've been really come out and done at the game.
Because this is how we know these lads can play, and now they're starting to play to that. Sean O'Connor was bearing down on goals, and he was being held back, and it's a yellow card there for one of the Longford players, and it's a chance for Jack Kendi to score his 5th point of the game. It's going to be about 21 yards out when he's taking this. He's going to be on the left hand side of the D, and this should be a straightforward enough one for Jack Kendi. He's going to be taking it out of his hands on his right boot, and he curls it over the black spot there, and over it goes from Jack Kendi. That makes the score 1-8 to 9 points now for Tipperary, as it was number 7 there, Ryan Moffat, got the yellow card.
That's the first time we've had a bit of daylight ourselves. We've only ever been level or a point up. Now we need to pressure the kick out.
So Longford goes short with the kick out now, and putting on the pressure there is Mark Stokes, and he does well and almost forces the mistake, and he does force the mistake, and now it's in the possession of Sean O'Connor. Sean O'Connor now on the 21, and he's looking for the pass to Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle now breaks the tackle. Teddy Doyle's into the 14, hand pass across the edge of the edge of the square is intercepted there, and there was another kind of goal chance begging, and Teddy Doyle has his right hand out just apologising. He could have fisted that over the bar, or maybe even looked for a different pass, but he played it straight to a Longford man, and now Longford are on the counter attack up on the far side of the field. Liam Connerton could beat Jimmy Feehan if he can turn into his right hand side, but he hand passed it off. The play is on the Tipperary 21, and the ball is touched on the ground by Longford, and the tide is slowly starting to turn here, Philly. A lot of
we weren't getting that opportunity in the first half. Like, I mean, we were after creating possibly 4 potential goal chances already in the second half. We're turning over ball in their line. Longford making 2 changes.
Yeah, straight away. Paddy Christie isn't happy with what he's seen in this second half, so he's making 2 changes. Number 17, Peter Lynn, is coming onto the field for number 23. Number 23, Peter Foy, who just came on, and he's injured down to our left-hand side, so he's going off. So on comes number 17, Peter Lynn, and number 18, Liam Connerton, is being replaced now by number 19, Reen Brady. So onto the field comes Reen Brady, and also onto the field is number 17, Peter Lynn. So Peter Lynn onto the field now. So Tipperary now with a 2-point lead, 1-8 for Tipperary, 9 points for Longford, and we've got just about 8 minutes, nearly 9 minutes gone here in this second half, but it's been much better from Tipperary.
Absolutely, yeah. Very isolated now. We're going to leave the kicker slightly isolated. I think it looks like Coleman Kendi on the ball, but great start to the second half for Tipp. Super goal, creating goal chances, and 2 points up now from 4 down. That's a big turnaround. Much
more movement from Tipperary, and now they're going to boot the ball along towards Jack Kendi in the middle of the field. It's a risky ball, but in fairness, we said they weren't taking any risks in that first half, and now it's going to be a free out for Longford in around the middle of the field, and they're going to take it quickly. The game really starting to open up now, and here comes the Ryan Moffat, the wing back for Longford, surges through the middle of the Tipperary defence, plays the ball into the full forward line, and it's in possession of Robbie Smith. He gives off a hand pass to Michael Quinn, and Quinn's shot off the left hand side of the upright and wide for Tipperary, and a stroke of luck there from Tipperary. That looked like a certain score for Longford, but it's gone wide.
Yeah, he never settled himself down. He seemed to rush his kick. He didn't have to panic it.
Dangerous kick out there by Michael O'Reilly, but in fairness, Teddy Doyle has safe hands, but Teddy Doyle runs into a bit of trouble now and gets a lovely hand pass out over the top to Coleman Kendi, and Coleman Kendi now surging down through the middle of the field. He crosses the halfway line, and now he kicks the ball forward in towards Sean O'Connor. Sean O'Connor is a man all over his back, but the ball breaks in behind the two of them, and it's going to allow Longford to come away with the ball. But in fairness to O'Connor, he's shown very well in this second half, and away comes Longford now, but they're being forced backwards by Sean O'Connor, and it's number 10 in possession. That's Joe Hagan. Hagan now brings it across the halfway line. Longford playing from left to right as we're looking at it. Tipperary playing from right to left. Longford in their yellow jerseys and white shorts. Tipperary in their all navy kit here today, in their alternate kit. And here's our first look at number 19. That's Reen Brady. Reen Brady for Longford just runs in towards the edge of the D, runs into a wall of Tipperary men, and it's been turned over again, Philly.
Yeah, our tackling in the second half has been very good now. Like, we've turned over a couple of balls. Work rate off the ball is after improving. So look, plenty of positives now at the moment. So
Jimmy Fian surged through the middle of his own defence, running out with that ball, broke a few tackles, and now it's allowed Tipperary to just settle things down on the ball as Jack Kendi plays a crossfield ball now towards Colm O'Shaughnessy, and Colm O'Shaughnessy has Michael O'Reilly coming like a head of steam off his shoulder, and he gives it to him. This is unbelievable from Michael O'Reilly, and he's up across the 65, and now he plays a ball into the full forward line towards Lee McGrath. Great take from Lee McGrath. Lee McGrath could play a ball in forward now. He could give it back to Michael O'Reilly's playing left corner forward here at the position at the minute. Michael O'Reilly in possession on the edge of the D, and I don't know how he's not out of breath now he's walking, but he's got about 85 yards to go back to his own goals if he wants, but instead Lee McGrath's in possession, gives it off to Michael O'Reilly. Michael O'Reilly, the goalkeeper, now might open things up for Tipperary. Here's Kevin Fay. Kevin Fay's in one-on-one. Oh, what a tackle that was by the Longford defender as he just dived and batted the ball out of Kevin Fay's hands. It was a 2-on-1 there as Kevin Fay was surging through, but what a piece of defending that was by the Longford player. But that's another goal chance gone a begging.
It is, yeah, very good tackle though. Like, I mean, to get your hand across at pace like that, to be fair, very good tackle by the backs. Longford on the attack now. They're
inside the Tipperary 21. They might have a look at the post, and it's off the post again. I don't believe it. That's 2 in a row for Longford. It's hit off the post, and Michael O'Reilly has one hand on the post, and now he's got 2 hands on his hips because he had to sprint the whole way back to cover that ground, and he was just back in his goals by the time Longford had a shot at the post. They were going for a point. It hit the right upright and bounced out to a Tipperary player. So now Tipperary on the attack again. It's much more open, much more entertaining second half.
It's a better second half. It's intense stuff now at the moment. Michael's heat map will be fairly hot tonight.
Unbelievable stuff from Michael O'Reilly. He's made more sprints than anyone on the field here, and he's covered so much ground, in fairness to him. But we just have 13 minutes gone in this second half, and it's Tipperary with a 2-point lead, 1-8 playing 9 points. Ball goes into Sean O'Connor. Connor. Connor on the edge of the 21. He's surely being held back. Turns his man. His jersey pulled off him. He might go for goal. What a save from the goalkeeper. The ball's still there in the goal mouth and it's cleared off the line. And it's another goal chance for Tipperary, but it's just much different second half. Sean O'Connor nearly had the jersey pulled off him as he turned the full back, and it's going to be surely a card here. Interesting to see what colour. I'd imagine yellow, Philly, but
I'd say he will be a yellow, Paul. And I see Mark Russell's been prepared here on the sideline as well.
So Mark Russell, another scoring option for Tipperary, and it is, I believe, the full back there, Andrew Farrell, who's getting talked to by the referee. He was the man who made the brilliant diving block moments ago, and he gets a yellow card for his troubles there, pulling back Sean O'Connor. So it's Jack Kindy now who's going to take this free. He's 14 yards out here by the time he's going to be taking this, so this should be pretty automatic. This will put 3 between the teams. The Clonmel Commercials club man Jack Kindy now looking for his 6th score of the game, and he just side foots this out of his hands over the bar, and that is now a 3-point lead for Tipperary. 1-9 playing 9 points, and here comes Mark Russell. Russell coming onto the field. Haven't seen an awful lot of him through injury so far in this league, but he's on the field now. He was a star for Tipperary last year in their league campaign, scored unbelievable points up in Croke Park, so he's a big addition now and around the middle of the field.
Hopefully now we'll get something out of him. Great start by Tipp in the second half, really going at the game, going at the goal, creating goal chances. Some of those we haven't created in the last four games we played. So
now what's happened here, it was going to be a kick out for a Longford goalkeeper, and the referee spotted a free off the ball, so he's talking to Jack Kindy now. Kindy now seems a bit perplexed with the referee, but it's going to be a card for Kindy by the looks of things, so hopefully it's just a yellow and not a black, and it is a yellow card for Jack Kindy, so some off the ball foul there, and Kindy's still pleading with referee John Ryan, but nonetheless he's gone into the book, so it's going to be a free in for Longford from
the middle of the field. It's a big one from a kick out,
it's essentially a one kick out there, and Mark nearly is as good as. So here we go now. Longford are on the attack through Daniel Mimna. He comes out to the edge of the 21 and he's over carried the ball, and the frustration is starting to build now for the Longford players. They haven't scored in the second half.
Nearly gave it away from our own kick pass.
Oh, no, that's a bit of a loose fist there. It didn't look like an awful lot in it, but one of the Tipperary players goes down as Tipperary were trying to take a free quickly, and just trying to fist the ball out of the hands was number 9, Darren Gallagher. He's trying to fist the ball out of Emmett Maloney's hands there, and he must have got him into the stomach or something, so he's gotten a yellow card there for his troubles there. So it's a free out for Tipperary on their own 45. They're going to go short to Mark Russell, and Russell plays it backwards now, and away comes Emmett Maloney. Maloney coming now looking for a hand pass, gives it off to Jack Kindy. Tipperary in possession of this ball, 1-9 playing 9 points. Tipperary with the lead. Teddy Doyle with the goal just moments into the start of this second half, but Tipperary have had goal chance after goal chance in the 15-16 minutes we've played in the second half, but there's a lot on the line. The loser here today will surely be relegated, so both teams now looking to win this game. I suppose the first half was kind of both teams nearly didn't want to lose, especially Tipperary, but now it's a different kind of look on things so far.
It's the way, Paul, we said at half time that we wanted them to come out and play. We wanted them to have a go at the game, and they're having a real good go at the game. It's very positive. Probably the best football we've played in the league so far. And
Jack Kindy just gets a little belt off the ball or something. He's down on his knees, but it looks like he's going to slowly get back up, and nearly a ball played in by Jimmy Feehan towards Sean O'Connor, who made a good run. And in fairness to Sean O'Connor, he's making one run, making another, and he nearly gets in possession of that, but it just bounces out. He's been well marshalled there by Andrew Farrell, the fullback. But in fairness now, Tipperary can have a go at Andrew Farrell. He's been booked already. Sean O'Connor has shown that he can take him on and beat him, and so it'd be interesting to see if they leave Sean O'Connor on Andrew Farrell, or if Andrew Farrell stays on Sean O'Connor. But nonetheless, Longford are on the attack now on the far side of the field. They cross the Tipperary 65. They're down by 3 points. They haven't scored yet in the second half. We've got about 17 minutes played so far in the second half, and away comes Irlo O'Sullivan, and now it's a shot at the post from Longford through number 14. What a spoot that is. Has it gone over the bar? It's just gone to the left and wide. It was David McGivney who shot from a central position just inside the 45, kicked it high, kicked it long, but it was just to the left and wide. So Michael O'Reilly now looking to take this kick out, and he has a run being made by Colm O'Shaughnessy, and it's a brilliant ball straight into the hands of Colm O'Shaughnessy, and he calls the mark, and now he plays it forward towards Kevin Fahey. Kevin Fahey now just bounces the ball and takes his eye off it for a second, but luckily enough for him, it bounces off one of the Longford lads and goes out for a line ball for Tipperary on the halfway line, just in front of manager David Power.
We're having a bit of luck as well here in the second half. That was a ball that Kevin lost, but just the Longford player there after hitting a couple of posts as well, so a bit of luck going with us as well in the second half.
And God knows we need a lovely long ball played in by Teddy Doyle and Lee McGrath just hoped that it would bounce over the defender, but it didn't, and away comes Longford with the ball through number 4. Number 4 for Longford is Barry O'Farrell. He comes forward with this ball, hand passed it forward to a centre forward position, and now a ball played into the full forward line. Willie Evanston is there, but it's bounced over his head, and it's a chance for Michael Quinn for Longford. He's in on goals, but Tipperary get enough defenders back and force him backwards, but Longford still might get a point out of it, but instead it's hit straight into the hands of Michael O'Reilly, and Tipperary might come away with this ball, and if they can kick it forward quickly, and I don't know if that was meant to go to Mark Stokes, but he's won the ball, and brilliantly, it looked like that was a pass towards Teddy Doyle maybe, but it curved in towards Mark Stokes, who took it brilliantly.
But again, we moved it out to the back line a lot quicker.
Oh, what are we doing? Oh, nearly a poor pass there by Tipperary, but there was another man over there. That was Emmett Maloney. And now here's our first look at Mark Russell. Russell surging forward. He's up to the 21, and now he looks backwards and he gives a hand pass off towards Lee McGrath. Lee McGrath now is going to have a look at the post. He gets right under it though, and this one's going to land kind of strangely in around the edge of the post. The goalkeeper comes out and fists it, and it's going to be a free or a 45. The referee has his hand up and the umpire has his hand up, so I don't know if this is going to be a free in or it's going to be a 45. I think it's going to be a 45. Yeah.
Can't see.
But another high ball in on the goalkeeper he wouldn't fill you with confidence how he's coming out on the metre. So
no, absolutely not. Like, I mean, he fluffed at it again a bit. Like,
yeah. So that's always an option there for Tipperary. It wasn't meant by Lee McGrath. He was on the edge of the D when he was taking it. He just got his foot too far under the ball as he was looking for the post, and it just landed in around the 14, and the goalkeeper came out, got a little fist to it, and it went out for a 45. So Jack Kendi now going to take this 45. This will put 2 scores between the teams if he can put it over the bar. So it's a central enough position. We're kind of sitting nearly in line with the 45 that Jack Kendi is taking this. He's going to be kicking this ball from right to left here as we're looking at it in towards the kind of covered terrace here down to our left hand side in Pearse Park in Longford, as one of the Longford players is going off injured down below us. So here we go. Jack Kendi's got 6 points already, and he's going to take his usual stutter step. He's going to be kicking this off the ground with the right boot. He kicks it. It looks like it's going to drop in around the crossbar height. It's kept in play brilliantly by Sean O'Connor, and to fist it down to Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle has nowhere to go, so he goes backwards and hand passes it to Lee McGrath. Lovely little 1-2, and Tipperary retain possession, but Teddy Doyle is really trapped in the corner, and he manages to kick it off a Longford lad and win himself a line in. So he's right down in the corner, down to the left hand side. It's a line ball in for Tipperary, and it's going to be a substitution now for Longford. It's 26 coming onto the field, and I can tell you number 26 PJ Masterson is onto the field, and he's on for number 17 Peter Lynn. So Peter Lynn, another substitution that came on for Longford that's gone off injured, so that's a frustrating one for Paddy Christie and co and the Longford management team. But nonetheless, Teddy Doyle is going to take this line ball. He's just pretty much right on the corner flag as he's going to be taking this down to our left hand side, and he's going to drill this ball all the way back now to his teammate there. That's Coleman Kendi in possession of this ball, and Kendi sprays it across the 45, and who's on that ball again? None other than Michael O'Reilly. He's come up to the 45 once more, goes one way, goes the other, and now plays the ball into the corner, and what a ball that is from Michael O'Reilly towards Emmett Maloney. Emmett Maloney in the corner now slips as he turns and gets the hand pass off, and things are starting to open up now. Mark Russell in possession of this ball, gives it off to Sean O'Connor. O'Connor runs into a bit of trouble though and gets a hand pass off. Tipperary holding on to possession now and go back to Michael O'Reilly on the edge of the 45, but Tipperary now happy to hold on to possession. We've 20 minutes gone here in this second half, 1-9 to 9 points. Here's Colin O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy goes back towards Jack Kendi now. Kendi now looking for an option, but he might have to kick it across the field if he can. Instead he hand passes it now, and Tipperary just retaining possession now, happily play it off to Michael O'Reilly. O'Reilly acting as that spare man forward, but Tipperary now just holding on to the possession. It's kind of slowed down a bit for the second, but Tipperary won't mind that. It's been a rip-roaring start to this second half, and here's Emmett Maloney. He's got himself a point, could have had a goal chance. Instead he fisted it over the bar that time, but Tipperary in possession now, and it's a free in for Tipp as Lee McGrath was fouled there as he was coming into the tackle. So it's, I don't know if we're going to have a cut at this. It's probably inside the 45 but out near the sideline.
Yeah, I'd say Jack Kendi will have a go.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if he doesn't, and if nothing else it's burning down the clock now as well. And you know,
now is that a second yellow? It is a second yellow, and it's a red card for one of the Longford players, and Longford down to 14 men as number 9 Darren Gallagher gets his second yellow card. So that's a big moment in this game. About 22 minutes gone in the second half. 2 yellow cards for the Longford midfielder Darren Gallagher, and now it's a chance, big chance now for Tipperary to go and win this game.
A little bit of frustration there. I think it was a loose hand that went across Lee McGrath's chest,
and it was a foul he didn't really need to make because they're how far out from goal, and Tipperary were just kind of holding on to possession more than anything.
They were coming away from the goal. I think Tipp will be very happy with their start in the second half. Like, I mean, it's been a very positive, very fast forward, much quicker than we played in the last few league games. So
So
all good.
Jack Kennedy not going to take a shot at the post. Instead he gives it off to Teddy Doyle in the middle of the field. Teddy Doyle gives it off to Lee McGrath. Now Lee McGrath almost loses possession but plays it back to Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle has been fairly integral in this second half. He's been on a lot of ball.
He has indeed, yeah. A few players are to be fair, Teddy Doyle has been a very important. Michael O'Reilly has been.
Oh, what a ball forward that is. Oh, just too far in front of Shane O'Connell, and that's an overturned ball, and away comes Longford. There was a long ball tried to be played in there by one of the Tipperary lads with the left boot, so that's allowed Longford now to overturn the ball and start their attack. We've got 23 minutes gone now in the second half in Pearse Park. Tipperary 1-9, Longford 9 points. Longford haven't scored in the second half. They've hit the post twice, but now they're down to 14 men after Darren Gallagher was sent off for 2 yellow cards, so that's going to make things harder as Tipperary sit back and defend now this Longford attack. Longford in the attack through Barry O'Farrell now. Barry O'Farrell, the cornerback, is up towards the Tipperary 45, but there's a wall of Tipperary men between Longford and the goals, and one of those Longford players now in possession is number 2, the captain, Patrick Fox. Pat Fox now coming forward with this ball, gives off the hand pass. It could open up for Longford here, but it's intercepted by Tipperary, and that's the numbers game back there really, as Tipperary got enough men back, and now they play it forward to Mark Stokes. Stokes wins possession on the 45, looks one way, looks for the hand pass, gets it off to Kevin Fay, and Kevin Fay happily just slows things down and plays it back now to Teddy Doyle. Teddy Doyle now shown for the ball is Michael O'Reilly, but Teddy Doyle can just solo run this ball on his own 45 and now picks about a 50-60 yard pass straight into the hands of Emmett Maloney. Maloney barely had to break stride to get in possession of this ball, and Maloney brings it up to the 45, hand pass it forward, and here we go, Tipperary on the attack again. Willie Evanston nearly touched the ball on the ground there, but just held on to it, and referee in charge John Ryan says play on, and Tipperary do play on through Coleman Kendi. He plays it back to Colm O'Shaughnessy. We've got 23-24 minutes gone here in Pearse Park. Tipperary with a 3-point lead. They'd love to make it a 2-score game though if they could at all, and they're on the attack through the middle of the field. Up across the 45 is Colm O'Shaughnessy. Hand passes laterally towards Kevin Fay. Fay now plays it off to Shane O'Connell. Shane O'Connell runs into the danger zone on the edge of the D, but gets his hand pass off and gives it off to Paddy Feehan. Paddy Feehan's going to have a look at the post. Feehan from an angle, Feehan from distance. Feehan splits the post. What a point that is from Paddy Feehan. His second long range score off the left boot of the Killinall man Paddy Feehan. And now we're going to see a substitution for Longford as Robbie Smith goes off the field, and on comes number 22 Jack Mackin. But now there's 4 between the teams. A huge score there, Philly, by Paddy Feehan.
Yeah, he found a bit of space on the outside, a bit of patience again out of the lads, and just moved to Conor Cadell is coming on there as well.
So on comes Conor Cadell. Not sure who's going off. It looks like Liam McGrath's going off.
That shot he got there.
Yeah, so Liam McGrath, I think it must have been a kind of a fist into the midsection, I'd imagine. But on comes Conor Cadell, of course, brother of Paddy Cadell, who unfortunately suffered that knee injury for the Tipperary senior hurlers, and we wish Paddy well. But Conor is onto the field now, the JK Bracken's clubman, and he's onto the field now. Interesting to see a few tactical changes going on around the field here now, but it's going to be a kick out for Longford. They are down by 4 points. It's Tipperary 110, Longford 9 points, and we've got 25 minutes gone. We've got about 10 minutes plus injury time to come, so let's see how this plays out. It would be a first win of the league for both teams, whoever can win this game. Tipperary in a commanding position at the minute, 4 points ahead, and down to 14 men are Longford, and now it's nearly overturned there by Paddy Feehan. He's put in a big effort here, and he just flicked the ball off his foot there inside the 45 of Longford, and that's allowed, and it's a very dangerous ball across the edge of the field there, but nearly intercepted by Jack Kendi. Jack Kendi just holding on to his man now, and away comes Barry O'Farrell with the ball, but that was a very dangerous ball across the edge of the D.
Yeah, and Jack has to be careful now as well, because I'm sure the referee will be keeping an eye on him, probably trying to even up the numbers, so he doesn't want to get involved in that. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, Jack Kendi booked already, of course, so let's not get down to 14 men. Longford down to 14 men, but they're in possession of this ball, and they're inside the Tipperary full forward line. They've just turned Willie Evanston, and on the attack now is their number 22 in possession of this ball for Longford. He's still on the 21, gives it off to his teammate number 19 Rian Brady, but he gets overturned there, and it could be a free out, and it is a free out for Tipperary. Great work back there. I believe it was Mark Stokes again who just overturned that ball, but this is a brilliant second half performance so far from Tipperary.
Much energised, a huge energy coming out in the second half. Exactly what we need.
And another substitution for Longford. Dylan Farrell is coming on. That's 2 of the full forward line now replaced, who done so well in that first half, especially Robbie Smith. He's been replaced, as has the other corner forward. That's Daniel Mimna, and he's gone off, and on comes number 22, I believe that was Jack McEnroe. What number came on there? I wrote it down. Number 24 onto the field, Dylan Farrell. So it's another substitution there for Longford as Tipperary prepare for their kick out. So we've got about 27 minutes gone here now, and it's Tipperary with a 4-point lead. So we've got a bit of admin work going on in the middle of the field with the substitutions happening. The referee is going to come over and have a word with Teddy Doyle, I believe, so I'm not sure if you saw anything.
See what happened there now.
Yeah, so while the substitutions were happening, Teddy Doyle is having a word with the referee in charge, John Ryan. John Ryan, he doesn't seem to be missing much today, and he's given a yellow card to Teddy Doyle for God knows what. So Teddy Doyle protesting his innocence. The Garda in Ballina is Teddy Doyle, so he's having a word with the referee, and now the referee is given a free in. I'm really not too sure what's happening here. The referee is pointing, and we're inside a glass box, so we can't hear what's going on, but it is going to be
push back to take the free. I'd say
okay, it's going to be a free out for Tipperary, so they're going to play it back to the goalkeeper, Michael O'Reilly. O'Reilly now has been on, I'd say he's ran about 10k in this match so far, up and down the field.
He's been on a bit of ball alright in the second half, so.
And he's orchestrated a lot of the attacks and been a big part of Tipperary's second half performance so far, so let's hope they can just keep it like that. Willie Evanston in a full back position plays it out to the right wing back, and who's the right wing back for Tipperary? It's Michael O'Reilly. O'Reilly takes on his man, the Tipperary goalkeeper. I think he's wearing the usual Tipperary outfield jerseys, and I think he might think he's playing.
That's where the performance is coming from.
Yeah. He's wearing the blue and gold Tipperary number 1 jersey, as Tipperary are wearing the navy here today, and a Longford player slips and allows Teddy Doyle to just beat his man, and he's been pulled back by Irlo O'Sullivan, and Teddy Doyle now just going to slow things down there, and Irlo O'Sullivan just getting his name put into the book there by the referee, but no card is going to be shown, as in comes the Tipperary physios, as Teddy Doyle just takes his time now going to the ground, but the referee in charge is telling Jack Kendy to hurry on, and Jack Kendy is not going to get much time to take this free, because the referee is on his case about time wasting. So Jack Kendy now, he's inside the 45, he's right down beneath us, but it's only about 5 or 6 yards in from the line, so this will be a wonder score if he can curl this ball over the bar. Here we go, Jack Kendy, right boot, difficult angle, facing into the covered stand to our left hand side, starts this off on the right hand side. It's going to curl, but is it going to be long enough? And it's going to be judged a square ball, I believe, by the referee. It was caught on the edge of the square by a Longford player anyway, and away comes Longford. But now it's going to be a free. I'm not sure what that was for. It was that the Longford player took the free, kicked it to his goalkeeper, and the referee is given a free in for Tipperary, so some sort of technical error or something.
All I can say is that he must have been too close to him. He wasn't 13 metres away from that.
It must have been, yeah. So that's the look Tipperary kind of needed, and we're after getting it here. So it's going to be pretty much a gimme for Jack Kendy. He's going to be on the 14 when he tips this ball over the bar. So it was a free for Longford for a square ball. The Longford fullback just kicked it to his right hand side where his goalkeeper was making a run, and then the referee blew the whistle and said free in for Tipperary. So I tell you what, we'll take it. And too close, we think is why that was. So it's maybe a mistake there by the Longford fullback, so that allows Jack Kendy to tap it over the bar, and now it's a 5-point game. 1-11 playing 9 points, as we see the introduction of number 19, Dean Carew. Dean Carew is going to come on for Willie Evanston, so a bit of legs at the back there. The Upper Church Drum Band clubman coming on for Willie Evanston of Lockmore Castellini, and Willie was one of the changes today, and he didn't do too much wrong there.
He did well, yeah. He had a very good game. In fairness, he wasn't exposed or anything. He wasn't showing up coming off the field. Now he's after putting in a good shift. He can be happy with his day's work.
So off comes Willie Evanston, and he's been told to kind of get on with it there by the referee. So here we go. It's a kick out now for Longford, and they're going to play it out to the kind of the right wing back position, and it's going to be overturned, is it, here by Jack Kendy. Jack Kendy gets out in front of his man, and now Kendy has the ball in his possession. Hand passes back out to field to Colm O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy to Paddy Feehan. Paddy Feehan has a look at the post, shimmies it one way, and now gives it off to Mark Stokes. Stokes now to put 6 between the sides, but this one is just going to land into the goalkeeper's hands, and away comes Longford again. It's 1-11 playing 9 points. We've got 31 minutes gone here in Pearse Park. Tipperary now with a 5-point lead, and it's just a jersey tug there by Sean O'Connor, and that allows the referee to give a free to Longford. But Longford are wasting no time now. They can't waste any more time, because they need to get back into this game. They're 5 points down, but Tipperary are 5 points up. 1-11 playing 9 points. Our coverage on Tipp FM with thanks to Treaty Electric, Sarsfield Street, Clonmel. You're listening to Tipperary versus Longford in the National Football League Division 3 encounter. Both teams with 3 straight losses coming into this. Both teams looking for a first win, and it's Longford on the attack now inside the Tipperary 21. It could be a dangerous tackle there by Paddy Feehan, I believe. Just a high shoulder there, and knocks one of the Longford men to the ground. It was a heavy enough hit now. We could hear it from inside the glass here in Pearse Park, but it is going to be someone's been put in the book there. Is that Paddy Feehan, or is that?
I think it's going to be. It's Coleman Kendy.
It's Coleman Kendy, the one to have been given the yellow card there. So it's going to be a free in for Longford that they're going to look to just tip over the bar from just on the 21 central position, and over the bar it goes there by Longford. So it's back to a 4-point game. That's Longford's first score of the second half, would you believe? It comes after 32 minutes. So 1-11 now for Tipperary, 10 points for Longford. A reminder to listeners, Longford down to 14 men. Darren Gallagher, the midfielder, received his second yellow card about halfway through the second half, and a great kick out found Paddy Fian in acres of space. Fian now just looking for someone to hand pass the ball off to, and he gets it off now to Mark Stokes. Stokes has done well as well today. He's been on a lot of ball.
Particularly in the second half, he's come a lot more into the game. I think Longford, wherever they went at half time, it didn't suit him. The break didn't do anything for them.
So Tipperary now just retaining possession inside their own half, inside the 65. We've about 33 minutes gone. 1-11 playing 10 points. Tipperary with the lead. Here's our first look at Dean Crew. He almost loses the ball in the middle of the field there. Was that Dean Crew? Or it was Dean Crew, and he has lost the ball now, and away comes Longford. Jimmy Fian though comes in behind one of the Longford men and wins the ball off him. Brilliant stuff. And Paddy, his brother, wins the free. Great work from the Fians at Killinall, and delighted with that to overturn that, because that looked dangerous for a second there for Longford.
Two hardy boys to be running into now.
Two farmers from Killinall there combining to win that ball back for Tipperary. So Jack Kendy going to take this free from the 65. He kicks it high and long into the full forward line, and brilliant stuff by the Longford full-back, and he's been fouled coming out with the ball. He's done really well, in fairness to him. That's Andrew Farrell, and the Longford crowd want a card there, so it could be a card. Andrew Farrell is still down on the ground here. The referee coming over to have a look at things. In fairness, he got a fair all. It was kind of a loose arm coming across him, but definitely a free, and he's just down receiving a bit of attention. And it's number 18 there, and for Tipperary, Conor Cadell, he could be going into the book early on after he's coming onto the field. So let's see what referee John Ryan has to say from him. He's telling him it's high, and it's a yellow card. Jeez, for a second there I thought he was going to show. That's the second yellow for Conor Cadell. He's been booked already, so that's a red card there. That's 2 yellows and a red for Conor Cadell. I didn't see him being booked. He must have been booked back there, was it? No, for the hard hit.
Just as he came into the play, just his first entrance, I saw a yellow card flash, and I thought it was to one of the Longford players, but obviously there was a bit of scuffle going on between the two of them when he came in, so just at the time when he entered the field.
Yeah, so very interesting. Conor Cadell now not on the field too long. He's off now for 2 yellow cards, so it's 14 playing 14 again, so maybe a lifeline for Longford. 34, maybe 35 minutes gone here, and it's 1-11 to Tipperary, 10 points for Longford, a 4-point lead for Tipperary, and we're going to have 6 minutes of injury time. I don't know what all that was for, but
the substitutions, maybe there wasn't a huge amount of stoppage in play, but
yeah, Longford on the attack now inside the Tipperary 14, but we're down near the sideline as Fiddy Ryan takes one last breath, because we've 6 minutes to play here, and Tipperary need this win, and it's a shot at the post from Longford. It would be a serious score, and it's gone over the bar there off the left boot of one of the Longford attackers. There's so much subs on, and it was gone over the bar. So 1-11 playing 11 points now, and it's back to a 1-score game, Philly, and we still got 5 points to go.
Yeah, with 5 minutes to go, but look, we can still dictate the terms of this game.
Yeah.
We get our hands on the kick out now and just carry it forward. Jack Kendy's been fouled off the ball, nobody's spotting that, and not being allowed to make his run for the kick.
Oh, and it's overturned there, and luckily enough, Kevin Fahey was pulled down there as he got overturned there by the centre forward Desi Reynolds. The kick out was played towards Kevin Fahey. He got kind of half pulled back, and it was a decision the Longford fans here down below weren't too happy about, but nonetheless it allows Tipperary to slow things down through Michael O'Reilly very confidently hand pass it forward towards Jimmy Fian hand pass it forward now to Jack Kendy. 14 playing 14. We've got 2 red cards here because of 2 yellows, and the ball played forward now towards Kevin Fahey. Fahey hand passes it into the corner where Sean O'Connor is. Sean O'Connor 1-on-1 now, might take on his man, and he does take on his man. He slips to the ground though, and now he needs help, he needs support. He's going to hold on to the ball really well though as Sean O'Connor, and now he plays the ball back out to the 45 where we see number 2 Shane O'Connell in possession of this ball. 1-11 playing 11 points. Tipperary with a 3-point lead and holding on to possession inside the 45 of Longford, and it opens up now for Emmett Maloney. Emmett Maloney surging down inside the 14, but he's going to go backwards to Teddy Doyle, and Teddy Doyle fakes one way, fakes the other, and it looks like Tipperary might have left up on a scoring chance there to just hold on to the ball, and Teddy Doyle gets the ball flicked away from him. It is going to be a 45 for Tipperary, and that will allow Tipp to slow things down even more. We've got about a minute into injury time here. We've gone to play 6 minutes of injury time, and this will be a huge score for Tipperary if Jack Kendy could put over this 45.
Yeah, it's a potential match winner like at this stage, because it puts you 2 scores ahead, so it could be a key one.
So the referee now is he's hardly going to call him for time wasting there. This is, it was only about 10 seconds ago we called it was a 45. That's a ridiculous decision by the referee, and he's going to call that for time wasting after about 10 seconds going out to take a 45. But luckily enough, Tipperary have actually lost that ball now, and away comes Longford. So a big break for Longford, and the home crowd are really getting behind them now as they're down by 3 points. I can't believe that decision. Yeah, very disappointing, because there was no. Anyway, we're going to continue with the play there. It looks like a Tipperary man is fouled off the ball, but play is going to continue, and Longford kick this towards the post, and over the bar it goes from number 19 onto the field. Rian Brady puts that ball over the bar, and now it's just 2 points in it. So from a Tipperary 45, a few seconds later Longford are down, putting 2 between the teams.
That's a very harsh decision.
And on comes Martin Keogh now. Martin Keogh from Mullinahone coming on for Teddy Doyle. So Teddy Doyle has had a very good game so far, but Tipperary had a chance to fist it over the bar through Emmett Maloney, but
he can't play it because Teddy Doyle's not off the pitch yet.
So in fairness to Teddy Doyle, he's gone off pretty much as quick as you can. So he's run off the field, because he knows his referee could be very finicky with time wasting. So we've had almost 38 minutes played here. We're going to have 6 minutes of injury time. Tipperary lead by 2, 111 playing 14 points in this must-win encounter. Tipperary in possession of this ball, surging forward, and it opens up for Kevin Fahey. Kevin Fahey, if he can stay going, Kevin Fahey is really opening up. He might stay going, Kevin Fahey. He does stay going. He's inside the 21. Surely pulled back. Referee says play on, and it's going to come out with the ball through Longford, and Longford coming away through Barry O'Farrell. Barry O'Farrell coming away with the ball, and away comes Longford now. Somehow overturned that ball after Kevin Fahey surged down through the middle of the field. Longford coming away with this ball through number 22, running down the right wing, and then it's opening up for Longford. And here's number 24 for Longford coming through, and has he been pulled down? But sure, geez, it looked like it happened at the far end of the field. It's going to be a free in for Longford, and this is going to put 1 point between them.
It'll be interesting to see how long they take over the free, because
it was Dylan Farrell there who wins the free for Longford. So interesting to see who'll take this. It's on the 21. And it's going to be Rian Brady taking this. So
I'm sure there'll be a big push up and the kick out then as well after this, try and win the next ball.
So it really opened up for Kevin Fahey. He just stayed going, and he had the pace to beat the men. And now, interesting referee isn't calling a throw ball, even though this free is probably taking longer than the 45 did. But needs must here. Rian Brady going to probably swing this ball over the bar, and over the bar it goes. So now it's just 1 point between the teams. Rian Brady gets his second point since coming on. So 111 for Tipperary, 13 points for Longford, and we've got probably 1 minute to go. So 1.5 minutes to go as Michael O'Reilly is taking this kick out, coming out to the 21, and all the players are joined in together here right in the middle of the 45, and they'll be shooting out one way or the other. So let's see, there's a lot of holding. So Michael O'Reilly going to have to go long, and he goes long in towards the middle of the field, and it's up with the hand, but it's won in the air by Longford. So Longford are going to have an attack here to try and maybe level this game, and they are on the attack. Jimmy Feehan gets beaten to the ball there, and it's gone out to Mikey Quinn. So Longford going to hold on to this ball. They're going to have one more attack here and can try and level this game through their number 4. They're up to the 14 now. Rian Brady in possession, gives it off to Michael Quinn. Longford now down to 14. Tipperary also down to 14. 1 point in it. Can Tipperary hold out here and get their first win?
We need to push them out, not giving any gap or don't foul. That's the main thing here at the moment now.
So referee says play on. Rian Brady in possession of this ball now as the clock ticks down. The Longford crowd are urging their team forward. They're inside the 45. Everyone back for Tipperary defending this ball. They can't let Longford score. Michael Quinn now gives a hand pass in, and it could be a chance for Dylan Farrell. He goes backwards with the ball. Longford up to the Tipperary 21, but hand pass it backwards. Still in possession of this ball. Tipperary with a 1 point lead in this Division 3 National League game. Mikey Quinn kicks a crossfield ball, and it's a brilliant ball, and it's a chance now for Longford maybe if they can get a shot at the post, and they are going to get a shot at the post, and it's going to split the post, and there is the levelling score for Longford, and it's from their number 7, I believe, Ryan Moffat, who's put that over the bar. And there it is, levelling score, and let's see will we get another play. But Tipperary from a winning position.
Yeah, disappointed. Yeah, we just left took the foot off the gas there the last few minutes.
So Michael O'Reilly goes long with this kick out. It's going to land in around the middle of the field, and now Tipperary have won the break, and it could be a chance for Tipperary to come away through Jack Kendi. Jack Kendi has been pulled down, and what will we see here from the referee? Jack Kendi pulled down outside the 45, so he's going to have a chance maybe to win it if Tipperary can play quickly. Martin Keogh.
It's a clever foul,
Yeah,
50 yards from the goal.
Tipperary had overturned that kick out that they looked like they had lost, so it's a draw game. It's 1-11 for Tipperary, 14 points, and if that's not a black card, Philly, then I don't know what a black card is in football.
There has been a few in I don't want to be bashing the referee, but he's made a couple of inconsistent decisions here today.
So Jack Kennedy going to have a look at the post from the 45-yard line, out from his hands, but it's going to drift to the right and wide it goes from Jack Kennedy. So I wonder, will that be that? We've got probably 6 minutes, maybe even more played, so he's probably going to blow it up. Yeah, he's asking for the ball, is he? Yep. And it's a full-time whistle. It's a draw game and hands on the heads for the Tipperary players. 1-11 to 14 points. Philly, we wanted to see a performance in the second half, and the referee has been charged down nearly by David Power. David Power has been held back by some of the Tipperary players. In fairness, there was some very poor decisions in the last few minutes. You can see why David Power, with all the pressure that's on him, you can see why he's so frustrated, and he's been held back here as he's been having a few words with the referee, John Ryan of Cork. And David, in fairness to him, there was some very poor decisions. I don't know how Kevin Fahey didn't get a free when he was running through.
Yeah, and he'd be also disappointed with the 45 because there was the ball was.
Yeah, that was the big one. Tipperary had a 45 to go 4 points clear, and a normal 45, no overtime being taken, no one was wasting time, and suddenly he asks for the ball and throws it up, and Longford go down and put 2 points between it, and Longford eventually leveled the game. It's finished a level game.
Yeah.
Positives is it was a really good second half for Tipperary.
Yeah.
That we wanted.
For 33, 34 minutes of it, and then all of a sudden the last 6-7 minutes of the game we took our eye off the ball and left Longford back into it. Questionable decisions though, you know.
God.
Just that 45, then Kevin not getting a free. A couple of soft frees up the other end, but maybe that's just mourning a bit. Maybe, we probably should have taken Teddy, had a chance of a point, should have fisted it over. Kevin probably should have fisted it over, so but look,
it's such a frustrating one considering how poor they played in the first half. Then Tipp just burst into the second half, played so well in that second half, had goal chance after goal chance to start the second half, but they're leaving Pearse Park with just a point.
That's right, yeah. I think we'll be disappointed going away with a point, but look, the performance in the second half and the energy that was brought was a hell of a lot more enthusiastic than we've seen over the last couple of games, so no huge disappointment,
So it's finished 1-11 for Tipperary, 14 points for Longford. It's a draw game and it's a point for Tipperary, but it's a much better second half performance from Tipperary. They'll be bitterly disappointed that they couldn't come away with a victory here in Pearse Park. But for myself, Paul Carroll and Philly Ryan, we say bye for now. So back to Davin in studio.
Lads, before you go, because I know this refereeing thing has come up a couple of times watching the Sunday game.
Don't get us in trouble now, Davin.
No, we won't, but they're all saying it'll happen in the league but won't happen in the championship. Why is that acceptable? Because it's coming up in the hurling as well. Is it just me?
Well, the referee today was very technical. He seemed to pick up on a few issues. Even for Longford, I suppose, hitting 13 yards, he picked a fullback for not going to the goalkeeper. He picked Tipp a couple of times
touching the ball on the ground and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just very frustrating now for Tipperary, especially at the 45 was just.
Because it's not just today's game. It's not just Tipp, but it's happened in the hurling. It's happened in a few other matches. You're hearing in different commentaries and different people are looking at it saying it's grand. It won't happen in the championship. It only happens in the league because it's the league. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's kind of different. That's kind of different in football and hurling. I suppose the league and football is probably more to play for than the league and hurling, I suppose. Because this was a massive game for both teams, but just kind of disappointing there at the end. But overall, much better performance we can report on back home to Tipperary listeners, but just a frustrating one not to come away with a win. And there's a lot of hands on heads here from the Tipperary players because the effort they've been put in, and I suppose how it's been going so poorly for them. You thought they just needed a win for morale nearly more than anything.
Just to keep things going, keep moving along. They'll be disappointed if they didn't get the win because they probably did enough in the first half an hour, the second half to get the win. So it just didn't happen.
We'll have all the reaction, I suppose, on extra time tomorrow night, Evan.
One of those days at the office, isn't that the way to sum it up?
That's it.
One of those days. Have a safe trip home, lads. Thanks a million for that.
All right, thanks, Evan.